Well, this is interesting. Um, uh, some release today showing the tracking of the brain and as it generates information. So the quick video is just 9 seconds long. How do I do this? Watch how they show appears. They're showing it light up. They're going to say it's the frontal cortex plays the major part. Whereas I disagree. I think it's the amygdala. Yeah, amygdala that gets the information first. In fact, we have two amygdalas, right? Um, and I also think they're close to the ear because it can be more sensitive to vibration, a danger that can happen to you while you're sleeping. Something could be walking up on you, and it needs to be closer to the to. I think it also takes information through vibration, not just audible. Um, if a deaf person is deaf, they still have an amygdala. If you go into a deaf person and pound something real hard, they will jump just like you would out of nowhere. They didn't hear anything, but their amygdala processed the something out of the ordinary, dangerous, and it made them jump until they turned to you, took in some more data with their eyes, which the amygdala went through the amygdala and processed through the frontal cortex, came back with the response, a conclusive file that, oh, it's just this jerk thinking that's funny. Okay. And it calms down. Or maybe, it takes a while to calm down. But at some point, of course, it might take longer if it fired up your whole fight or flight response, your adrenaline kicking in, things like that. All right. So there's my stance on the amygdala. That even this is an interesting study saying that they mapped neuroscientists have followed a thought as it moves through the brain. All right, so a thought also comes through the ears first, more than likely, unless you're deaf and you're going to get it more visual. So still, it's going to go to the amygdala first. Um, everything goes to the amygdala first. It can't be secondary. And I can show you this not secondary. I'll go over one last thing here. You're watching a scary movie. You're sitting on your couch. You know you're watching a scary movie. You know what's going to happen next. Jaws movie or something. You just know. It's just predictable. The same killer is killing people in there, if you will. But you're still watching. All of a sudden, the knife comes out of nowhere. You jump back in your seat. Now, you know it was on a TV screen or a movie screen or a projector screen. You know you're in your couch. You know that you're watching a movie. You know a killer's not around you. Yet you still jumped. How is that possible? Well, the fight or flight. The amygdala it only saw the knife coming. It took over the body's response to protect itself, and it made you jump back. Now, at the point you stop jumping back, that's the point that your frontal cortex, your amygdala said, let's get some more data in here. At the same time, it's saying, let's get data. The data went to the frontal cortex, said, hey, I'm sorry, now I think it might be the BSNT. Went there, said, here's your data. No, that's where I think your memories are. The frontal cortex said, give us some data. It said, you're watching a movie, you're sitting on your couch, that was a movie, and it comes back with a happy response that we're not doing anything about this, so it calms you down and lets you sit back down, and then you laugh and joke about yourself, how you were scared. Now, that process can actually be timed because some people will run to the front door. I had a friend of mine, he'd run all the way out the house almost before he'd stop running. So it shows his frontal cortex had that lapse. He still was in fight mode at a much longer time. Interesting, this guy was one of the best athletes in the country. Graduating out of high school, I think he had 152 colleges wanting him for his academics and also for his ability to throw shot put. With that said, you could probably find him if it's on data's online. He died now, diabetes, of all things, right? So, great friend. So, there you have it. That is my response to this science thought of neuroscience and how they mapping. So clearly, not clearly, no one's the expert on the brain. It's not been fully mapped, so everyone's still learning. But we're losing common sense here. Neuroscientists are losing common sense. Um, you just need to see it in a physical sense. That's you're missing that. This is beyond that ability for you to see it on an electromagnetic scale. This is just using your brain to evaluate what the answer is. Okay, I'm terminating this video.